Hello and welcome in to Spreads and Subs Daily Gambling Show. Today is Monday, June 17th. It is 1:03 p.m. Central Time, and we are here to give you 10 picks for today's sporting events, as well as cutting those 10 picks down to my favorite 3. You can see in the top right corner on YouTube how we're doing on the show so far, how we did last week. 2 weeks ago, we had a bad week that's holding us down right now. We need to respond with a good week this week to go back to even where we were at for the first couple weeks of the show. So, today's breakdown of the picks. Before we get into today's breakdown of the picks, shout out to Bet Openly for sponsoring the show. Hit the link in the description on YouTube and sign up with Bet Openly. Deposit at least $50 and DM it to me on Twitter at JReidNBA. That's JREIDNBA on Twitter, and I will enter you into a giveaway for some cash. Shout out to Bet Openly for the best odds in the game. Today we have 5 NBA picks for Game 5 of the NBA Finals, 1 WNBA pick, and 4 MLB picks. So we'll start it off in the NBA with the Celtics minus 6.5 at minus 110. The Celtics are the better team here. They had a major outlier game in Game 4. Celtics covered this 6.5 point spread in both of the first 2 games when they were in Boston. Celtics are a healthier team, and I think they will be back to shooting it well here in Game 5. They shot it very, very poor in Game 4. Then, of course, the Mavericks were on fire in Game 4, leading to that blowout win for the Mavs. The Mavs are not going to be able to shoot as good as they shot in Game 4. That's just not sustainable overall. I think the Celtics shoot it a lot better today, and I think they seal this off and win the NBA Finals at home in Boston. So give me Celtics minus 6.5. Next one here. Give me Mavs Celtics over 210.5 at minus 108. The Mavs should finally be in some rhythm after last game. I do think they're going to shoot it all right tonight. I think they shoot it a lot better than they shot it in games 1 through 3, but I don't think they're going to be able to shoot it as well as they shot it in Game 4. Celtics should get back to the mean offensively for them. The 88 points, I think it was 88 points they had in Game 5 is just not going to cut it, and they're not going to have a sad offensive performance like that again. This is the lowest over-under of the series overall. Every game has gone under. Now that the Mavs have finally seen the ball go in, we know what the Celtics are offensively. I think this will be an offensive game overall, and I think this covers the over 210.5. The last game missed it by 3 points, and the Celtics barely scored in that game overall. So I think we're going to cover it here at over 210. Over 210 flat at minus 108. Next one here, we have Luka Doncic under 32.5 points at minus 105. This is covered in all 4 games of the series. Luka is beat up, he's injured, and he still struggles to be efficient overall in this series. I think the Celtics are going to continue to just go at him all night on the defensive end, as they've been doing a lot this series. They kind of strayed a little bit away from it in Game 4. I think they're going to get right back to it here in Game 5. It's going to be tough for Luka to score when he's constantly having to play defense every single possession. So give me Luka under 32.5. Still a super, super high over-under. Next one here. The other star, Tatum, under 27.5 at minus 120. Tatum has not been great all series despite the results for the Celtics. Even in the games that they were winning by a lot in Games 1 and 2 and Games 3. He was not efficient. He was not playing super well overall. I expect the Celtics to win on the backs of their role players and Jaylen Brown tonight. I'll get into talking about Derek White a little bit later, but I think their role players play really well at home. I think Jaylen Brown has a good game at home, and I think Tatum goes under 27.5. This is covered in 5 of 7 of the last games for Jason Tatum. Next one here, we have Derek White, as I just spoke of, over 15.5 points at minus 118. Derek White plays better at home in the playoffs. We've seen it all this entire playoff so far. This over 15.5 is covered in 3 of the last 5 games. Role players, as we know, in the playoffs play better at home. We've seen that. As good as White is, he's still a role player. I think he plays better at home overall. And I think he's the difference maker in the series to close out the Mavs. I think we see a 20-point night from Derek White tonight, and I'm pretty confident in that. So give me Derek White over 15.5. So that finishes out our NBA bets here. I have so many bets here that I feel so equal about. This is going to be a tough one, what I pick for my favorite 3. But give me, for the 5 NBA picks, Celtics minus 6.5, Celtics Mavs over 210 at -108. Luka Doncic under 32.5 at -105. Jason Tatum under 27.5 at -120. And Derek White over 15.5 at -118. All right. Next one here. Lynx -10. My only WNBA pick of the day, Lynx -10 against the Dallas Wings. The Lynx are a top 3 team in the WNBA, no doubt in my mind. They're a dominant defensive team. Dallas favors offense. I believe they're ranked 5 in offense and 11 in defense. So this is a very tough matchup for them against a great defensive team. Lynx are ranked 3 offensively, and the Wings are ranked 11 defensively. So I think the Lynx are going to be able to score the ball really well tonight, and I think they blow out Dallas completely. So give me the Lynx -10. Hold on. And this game is in Minnesota. I just want to check that. -10 for the Lynx in Minnesota. Moving on to MLB here. We have Red Sox money line +115. The Red Sox are playing great ball right now. They played well versus the Phillies and the Yankees. Pivetta is on the mound for the Red Sox. He's a 3.88 ERA. He's been pretty solid. Kikuchi is on the mound for Toronto. He's been good. He has a 3.26 ERA, but the Red Sox are a better team. They're a hotter team right now than the Blue Jays, and I think they take care of the Blue Jays in Toronto. Next one here, we have, come on, scroll down. There we go. Giants money line +100 against the Cubs. Giants have Hicks on the mound. He's been great. He has a near sub-3 ERA for them. Cubs have Assad on the mound. He's been also phenomenal. He does have a sub-3 ERA on the year. The Cubs hitting just isn't good. It's very hard to be confident in picking on the Cubs side just because of how inconsistent and bad their hitting's been, even from their guys who are supposed to be good hitters. San Francisco's hitting it better recently. This is the reason that I'm going to pick them here. 2 teams that are going to have good pitching overall in this game, I assume. I trust the Giants bullpen a little bit more than I trust the Cubs bullpen, and then I trust the Giants hitting a lot more. So give me the Giants +100 over the Cubs. Next one here, we have Brewers money line -110 against the Angels. Brewers are coming off winning a series against a hot Reds team. Brewers have Rodriguez on the mound, so it should be a bullpen day for the Brewers. The Brewers have the 4th ranked bullpen in the MLB at 3.23 overall in their ERA. Soriano's on the mound for the Angels. He's been solid with a mid-3s ERA. We know the Brewers don't hit it well. I don't think the Angels are going to hit it well this game. I think we see a very low-scoring game overall, but give me the Brewers on the money line at -110. And then my final pick here for the day before I get into my best bets, give me the Tigers-Braves over 8 runs at -115. Olsen's on the mound for the Tigers. He had a great start to the year. He was one of the better pitchers in the entire AL, but he's currently collapsing. He's given up 17 earned runs in the last 3 games. The Braves were struggling to hit it post-Acuna injury, but they hit it a lot better in this past weekend series, so I think they're going to start to get hot now. Fried is on the mound for the Braves. He's been solid with a mid-3s ERA, but he's definitely hittable. The Tigers' bats are all over the place. We don't know what we're going to get from them. Sometimes they're hot. Sometimes they're horrible. Miss the Pirates or the Reds. I haven't picked that game yet, but as a diehard Bucks fan, I'm going to go with the Pirates. And we got Skeens on the mound. They're massive favorites in that game, but regardless, if I had to pick somebody in that Pirates-Reds game, give me the Bucks overall against the Reds. So, recapping those MLB picks one more time, I got Red Sox money line +115. Giants money line +100, Brewers money line -110, and Tigers Braves over 8. Shout out to Calvin Niss. I see you in the giving all the likes. I appreciate you, my man. Moving on here though. If you're new to the show, I give my 10 picks. I obviously plan those ahead of time, and then I pick my favorite 3 live on the show. So I'm going to go with, for my first one, I'm going to go with, give me the Lynx -10 in the WNBA. We've just been on the Lynx all season. Of course, a couple times they've let us down. They haven't been perfect, but I think they match up very well against a team that is struggles mightily defensively in the Wings. I think they're going to be able to score a ton of points. The Lynx are. And then a team like the Wings, you just don't want to play a great defensive team like the Lynx when your strength is offense, and they're not even a great offensive team. So give me the Lynx -10 against the Wings. And then next one here, we'll go with between 3 on here. Give me the Red Sox against the Toronto Blue Jays. Like I said, Pavetta's on the mound for the Red Sox. They're playing good ball right now. They played well against two of the best teams in the entire MLB, in the Yankees and the Phillies, maybe the two best teams in the entire MLB. They played well against both of them. I think they're going to play well against Toronto, who's not a great team overall. Give me the Red Sox with their hot bats and Pavetta on the mound. And then, last one here, give me Derek White over 15.5 at minus 118. Like I said, this is covered in 3 of the last 5 games. Derek White plays a lot better at home in the playoffs, or he has played a lot better at home in the playoffs so far. I think he's a big reason why the Celtics win this game, and I think he covers his over 15.5. I think he scores about 20 tonight. So Derek White over 15.5 minus 118, Lynx minus 10 at minus 115, and Red Sox money line plus 115. Those are my 3 best bets for the day. Let's try to start the week hot, go 2-1 or 3-0, and set ourselves up to have a positive week overall. Before we end the show, one more quick shout out to Bet Openly for the best odds in the game. Sign up with the link in the description on YouTube to sign up with Bet Openly. Deposit at least $50 and DM me on Twitter at JReedNBA. That's JREIDNBA on Twitter, and I will enter you into a giveaway for some cash. Once again, before we get out of here, my 3 best bets for the day are Derek White over 15.5 at minus 118, Lynx minus 10 at minus 115, and Red Sox money line plus 115. We will be back tomorrow at the same time as always, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific, to give you 10 more bets as well as 3 best bets for tomorrow and recap how we did today overall. So, thanks for joining the show. I will see everybody tomorrow at 1 Central.